Hey y'all, it is affirmations. I don't even know what today is. I think it's Friday. I always seem to do these in my car. Very weird. But today was, matter of fact, last night and today was a little rough because anxiety and depression kind of like mess with my mind a little bit. So it does take me a little while to bump out of it, but here we are, trying not to miss too many days in between my affirmations. But I just want to say, if you're like me and you struggle with depression and anxiety a lot of the times, try to get around the people that understand you, and not people that's going to tell you you need help, or people that's going to tell you go to therapy, or people that's going to tell, I mean, those are good things for you to hear, like, granted, but like, go where love is naturally reciprocated back unto you when you step into these moments, because having those that lash out at you when you're going through it does not help you. So go where the love is. Go where people are going to love on you and be like, girl, I got you. It's going to be okay. You want me to come over? I know you're going to be in a little funky mood, and that's okay. I can come through. We could watch a movie, hang out, eat some popcorn. Like, get around those type of people, because you don't want to be around the people that run from you when you're going through it, you know? Or people that can get mad at you when you're going through it. You don't want to be around those type of people. So I'm just saying, to get around love when you get like this, or even if you're not in the mood to get around love when you get into those moods, call somebody and say, hey, I'm struggling today, what's up, you know? But censor your friends, because not everybody that you can talk to about this understands it. They think, some people just think you gotta just get over it, like, go get help and then get over it, and then when you're better I can hang around you. Like, that's not the people to be around, okay? So yeah, y'all. And another thing, it's okay to cry when you're going through it. It's okay to feel the way that you do. There's nothing wrong with feeling the way that you do. However, we have to be, as human beings, it is very important to be self-aware when you're going through it. Like with me, I am very self-aware. Like, I know when it's happening, when it's coming, when it's gone. Like, I know all of my emotions while I'm going through it. I know what I'm feeling while I'm going through it. I know when I need to cry because I'm going through it. Like, I'm very self-aware. What's scary is the people that are not self-aware, and then they look to harm themselves in the process. Now, a little, transparency. I used to be like that. So I used to be to the point where it was really bad, and I just wanted to, like, but I've come to the point where I realized that God has a plan for me, and I'm not the only one that's going through it. You are never the only one that's going through it. So the point is to overcome the feeling of, not wanting to live anymore. And I feel like in the Black community, we are like, this type of topic of like mental illness is not really shed light upon. Like, for example, for some reason today, especially when I was going through it, so it's not for some reason, it's because God is trying to send a message. But anyway, today and yesterday and the day before, for the past 3 days, I've been getting like emails about people committing suicide, or I'd be at work And they give me a random assignment. One of the assignments is a 20-year-old boy who attempted to commit suicide. Or the person that wrote This Is Us, I got an email saying 39-year-old black woman, she committed suicide. Who else? Tabitha Brown, she went on her Instagram and she put up a IGTV thing, and she was also talking about depression and how it's like a real thing. And it's always, like, in my opinion, depression and anxiety is always swept under the rug when it comes to us. Like, and I feel like there needs to be more light shed upon it, because it's like, it's a real thing. It really is a real thing. So, anybody out there that's going through what I normally go through, and I will tell y'all, like, people will look at me at work, all of my jobs, they will all tell you, Dana is full of energy. She's jumping off the walls. She has this wonderful personality. She's always happy. She's this, that, and the third. But what I don't think people realize is that depression and anxiety, or people that are suicidal like I used to be, we don't have a certain face that we walk around with. Like, it's not something that you can easily tell. It's more like, I can't explain it, but only the people that are really, really, really close to us can pick up on it. But outside of that, somebody from the naked eye, you would never be able to tell. Like, it's not a thing that you would just see from me off bat. Like, you would never be able to tell. But what I have been trying to do nowadays is to stop trying to hide it. So with conversations with, I want to say, like, 2 people, where I literally, like, was bold and I said what I felt about how I feel and what I'm feeling. And it wasn't reciprocated too well, because it was more of a, what are you saying? But what I want people to understand, it's the truth for us might not make sense to you, but for us, the truth makes sense to us, because this is our reality. So in our reality, this is our truth. You can take it or leave it, that's your business, but this is our reality because this is the truth to us. So but there's one person that's like my homeboy for life, like, and him and this other girl that I spoke to, and they know. Like, she was doing my hair the other day, and she was like, Dana, you need to tell your story, like, tell your story. And I was like, girl, ain't nobody finna listen to that. And while she was doing my hair, I started crying, because I'm about to get emotional, because she hasn't been through it, but she understood. Sorry, I had a moment. But she hasn't been through it, but she understood. And she was like, I know it's gonna feel weird for you to, like, tell your story, but you need to tell your story. And I was like, girl, it's hard enough for me to just sit here, for me to even tell you the story, and I only told you like 25% of it. So can you imagine a full 100% of my story? No, absolutely not. But anyway, I think for me, why I was crying when I told her that story was because there wasn't pushback. It was more like, damn, Dana, no wonder, like, when people see you, you're like so full of joy, or whatever the case may be, because you just take your days like day by day, like for what it is and all this other stuff. And I was like, girl, if you knew, you have no idea. I only told you 25% of the story, and just the 25% of the story, like, she was mind boggled, and she was like, you need to tell your story. And I'm just like, girl, it's a lot. But anyway, for me, it was a big deal, and I actually cried with her because, like I said, she understood, and it wasn't a backlash like, what are you saying? Like, you know what I mean? The other person that like really totally understands me, my other homeboy, I don't want to say their name on here because that's like, whoa. But I spoke to him too about it, and he was like, yo, I'm so freaking proud of you. And I'm like, did you not hear what I just said? So this is what I'm talking about. Like, you have to get around the people that understand where you're coming from. And the people, sometimes it can be somebody that you just met, or it can be somebody, like for her, I literally like just met her. And then for my homeboy, he's known me maybe for like 6 years now. And the first thing he said was, yo, I am so proud of you. And I was like, what is there to be proud of? Like, I'm freaking broken. And he was like, I'm proud of you because the old Dana that I know, you couldn't get her to cry. You couldn't get her to voice how she felt. The old Dana would sit there and not say a word, look like a dummy, and just let you talk her to death. And she would just be like, okay, this. Or the old Dana would get extremely angry and curse people out, or whatever the case may be. He was like, yo, I'm so proud of you. That's number one. Number two, I'm proud of the fact that you're actually crying and you're letting it out. Because he was like, I'm probably one of the few people that knows every single thing that you have been through, and have been going after you saying, Dana, cry it out, let it go, like, let all of that pain go, like, let it out. And I wasn't letting it out, y'all. And this was like when I first moved here, like 2015. We're in 2021. Imagine going 5 years without crying, like, because I was in the motions of, I gotta go to work, I gotta go to school, I gotta go to work, I gotta go to school. Here and there, I might go running. If you know me, like, most of the times, like, I was at the gym, or I would go running every now and then, or I'm in school, or I'm at work. So I would mentally train myself that, Dana, you do not have time to cry. You do not have time to cry. You got stuff you got to do. You have goals that you have to accomplish. You just moved here from Florida. You don't have no family down here. You don't have a job yet. But I was still having income coming in, because, you know, with the military, you still get some sort of income while you're going to school. So you don't have a job yet. You just moved into this place. You have no family down here. You're chasing a goal and a dream. You don't have time to cry. It's time to grind and find your way. So I went a whole couple of years without crying. And he can tell you as my witness, y'all, the foolery that I was going through, like, back to back. Like, it got to the point where I was like, God, like, what's up? Come sit down, talk to me. Let's have a talk. Let's have a talk. And a lot of the times it was so bad where, like, I would call him crying. Or my homeboy, I would call him crying. Or late nights, he would come to my house and be like, yo, I know you're going through it right now. Like, I'm here. Like, let's go for a swim. Or, let's go get something to eat, because I know you like food. If you know me, you know I'm a foodie. Like, he would kind of, like, make sure that I was always okay. Try not to leave me alone a lot of the times. Like, it was real bad. So but anyway, like, he was just telling me, like, I'm so proud of you, and I know, and another thing that he told me that really stuck with me, he was like, yo, I know in this season for you, and if you're a churchgoer, you know a season can mean a couple of days, it can mean months, it can mean years, whatever. But he was like, I know in this season for you, it might seem like you're crying for no reason. You're crying about everything. Every little argument you're crying. Every little thing you're crying about. But he was like, yo, I'm telling you, that's just all of the pain that's coming out from all of those years that you refuse to cry. You refuse to let it out. You refuse to voice your opinions. You refuse to voice how you feel. And he was like, it's okay, like, to be in a relationship where you're crying right now, because this crying session is only for a season. It's just your body catching up, your emotions catching up to you not being able to cry for so many years. Like, it's okay. And I was just like, bruh. But again, this is why I'm saying, like, you got to get around people that understand you. Like, see your pain and don't fault you for it. They can talk to you. They can kind of be the best of both worlds, but I don't know. But anyway, so to those two people, I love you guys so much. You guys know who you are. You guys are thebomb.com. But anyway, let us get into these affirmations. So, Dana, you are so, so beautiful. You are so, so, so gorgeous. Your skin is amazing. Your lips, your eyes, your eyelids, your under eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, your cheeks, your chin. Everything within you is absolutely amazing. And even though sometimes it might seem as though you just want to give up, you want to quit, or you just simply just don't care and you're existing through life, you're here for a reason. It's not for no reason. You will encourage others. You will be the voice of those that are afraid to speak. You will just be the face of survival. And from me to me, me to you, me to me, me to camera, me to phone, I am proud of you, because you could have took your life years ago, and you know exactly at what point you could have took your life years ago, but you didn't. You survived. You endured. And each healing process and each healing phase is just another process of becoming better. So you are becoming better. You are becoming more than better. And you are loved. Even when you don't think you are loved, you are loved. You are adored. You are cherished. You are the definition of happiness and beauty all wrapped up in one person. You are the definition of joy, everything. So, endure. Be hopeful. Don't give up. And just always remember how beautiful you are. So, stay tuned, guys. Bye.